Hey everybody, welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Larry's receding hairline.
Yes, as in something I hate. That's exactly right. You are 100% right.
I'm Matt Gordon.
I hate you. No, I can't wait till you get old and start losing your hair.
It's already starting. I have the widow's peak thing going on right now.
Yeah, plus you're redheads. You got no soul.
Isn't a widow's peak normal?
No, it's called the mature hairline. It's not supposed to be normal.
It should be born with the widow's peak.
Wouldn't that
I have
be
some
good?
medical background.
Oh, snap. All right.
We're on location, Matt.
We are on location at the gorgeous Brush Art Center. Rob, can you talk and say hi?
Hi.
Thanks, Rob.
There he is.
The beautiful Brush Art Center. Calm down.
It's Rob Gifford from the Art Center.
He's in a hole right now. It puts a lotion on the skin, Rob. It puts a lotion on the skin. Actually, but I know Rob from the Halloween episode. He actually had one of the stories told. You guys probably didn't get a chance to catch it, but yeah, he had a pretty crazy story about demon possession. So,
I was just thinking that.
did you watch the episode?
I have not yet.
It's 'cause you hate me.
Well, I hate your hairline, but that and I hate watching podcasts.
You know what? Speaking of hate, we have a guest today.
I don't hate him. I like him. You think he's cool? It's Panthers North over here.
Panthers North.
Yeah, it's Mr. Paul Acosta.
Mr. Paul, what's up, Pablo?
Hashtag Bills Mafia.
I hate this so much. When he said, is there a what should I wear? And I was like, yeah, the T-shirt would be fine. I forgot he's bringing his Bills bullshit with him. So, you know, let me.
You gotta throw the socks up. We gotta see the socks at some point.
Absolutely.
To get them on
Hold on,
camera.
hold on. Here we go.
Look at that. Can't
it's
see
disgusting.
it at
I
all.
hate
That's
it.
Okay, can I share why I wore all this?
Yes.
I'm punking you because when we were younger, you son of a bitch, you went to my vehicle and you stuck a lot of Denver Broncos stickers that had Channel 4's logo all over my vehicle.
I don't remember any of this.
And I was fuming for days.
I think you were mad. You were pissed off.
I wanted to kill you.
He was a Bronco fan at one point in time, though. It's like watching your friend get a drug habit. You know what I mean? I've seen some Bill stuff. We start talking like, is he just experimenting or what's going on? And then next thing I see is Jeep around town. It's got the Bill's tire cover on the back. And
Very
I was
nice.
like,
Very nice.
You start making phone calls. I ran you and your family at, you were coming to a game. This is years and years ago. You had the boys. The boys are still young.
Mm-hmm.
I think all still in high school. And they had their Bronco stuff on. And yeah, I think you had the Bronco stuff.
Because I was a Peyton Manning fan. That's
Okay.
it. I already
Okay.
got rid of the jersey. It's gone. He's retired.
It's gone.
Yeah, gone. It became toilet paper.
You killed me, bro.
I know. I love this. As somebody who lost to the Broncos in a Super Bowl, I feel it. It's a toilet bowl for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of Super Bowls, this your year?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to get your ass.
I gotta get feeling that.
We've been scrimmaging for, 7 games now? So
I saw a good stat the other day that said every time the Bills have gone 6-1 in their first 7 games, they've gone to the Super Bowl in the past. So it seems like that trend is going to continue.
And how'd that turn out?
Well, I think we'll be 7-1 by the end of the season. 16-1.
Okay,
Let's
we'll
be
see.
honest.
That would be
here.
awesome.
And when they shit down their leg in the playoffs, we're going to have a sign-up sheet of who's watching Paul for, he's not jumping off the roof or
I
whatever.
mean, it's just going to be Russell Wilson watching it on TV anyway. So.
That's true. You know
Speaking
what?
of jumping, I've debated on going off the table, onto the table if we win the Super Bowl.
Like WWE kind of.
No, like all Bills fans do. We dive on the table.
That's the thing. I
The
didn't know
folded
that.
tables.
What's
Yes.
that about, man?
That's just how the Bills Mafia is. I might even do it with ketchup and mustard.
All right.
That's what some people do.
I want to see that.
Paul and I have known each other for a very long time.
That's
Very
awesome.
But before we get into that, I want to start this. If you're new to the Bullhucker Podcast, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. So what we do in the Bullhucker Podcast is we have a guest on. Today's Mr. Paul Acosta. And Paul's going to tell us 3 stories about his life. Now, here's the kicker. Only 2 of these stories are true. One is either halfway made up, all the way made up, or it's a borrowed story. Now, Paul, without going into great detail to give it away, what is it? Is it a partially made up story? Did you all the way make it up, or is it a borrowed story?
It is a mix of all 3.
Okay.
a little bit of sauce
interesting.
action.
I'm going to
Okay.
use a little bit of words you may not be familiar with. It's a potpourri
Oh,
of twists and turns.
I like that.
A potpourri, because I'm not a Bills fan. We don't do potpourri in Denverland, buddy. Potpourri.
Because you guys smoke it and it
Yeah,
becomes
yeah.
potpourri.
So what you just told me is his story is it's a mutt, is what it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's a good way of putting it.
Anyway, so at the end of the podcast, Matt and I are going to try and guess. I'm going to get it right. Matt's going to get it wrong because I own him every time now.
Nah, he has not. I beat you the last one we did.
Did we?
He already forgets because he forgets the losses
I
quick,
do.
which is good. That's some MVP status, but you still lost.
And we're going to try and guess at the end of the podcast. So if you like what you see, please hit the bottom of the right-hand corner
Hit the
of
bottom
screen.
of the corner as hard as
There's
you can.
a red button. It's our subscribe button. Go ahead and feel free
secret
to hit
button.
that. It's totally free. Just subscribe to the podcast. Lets you know whenever you come out every Tuesday. Every Tuesday.
It's a big, what's the line you always say? It's a big click. It's a small click for you, but a big click for us.
You got it right.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
I always mess it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking different click. But
It's a small click for you, but a big click for us.
That's right.
Big.
Tacos.
First of all, let me say thanks for letting me be on here. I'm so honored to be a part of your show. I really am. I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Awesome, man.
Paul, you're one guy I always wanted to bring on. I'm just a little bummed out that you're a teacher and a coach and all this, so we can't really get into the stories I really have about you and you have about me. But
I'm not going to hold back on you.
let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean, I can't wait to see it.
I try to think how Paul and I know each other, how we met, but I think how we met was, didn't I teach you how to bowl?
No, I taught you how to bowl. Bruce Myrice and I owned you at the bowling alley.
I don't remember that at
when
all.
we were kids. I worked at the bowling alley, so I was way better than you.
I think they told me.
Matter of fact, you were outside as the trash boy, and we wanted to go ahead and help a Hispanic that needed it, and at the time, and we saw you out there. You couldn't afford bowling, so we brought you in.
That's fair.
It was kind
trash
of
boy.
like, we adopted you as a little brother, and we appreciate you cleaning the bathrooms for us. It made it easier for us, and you got free bowling out of it.
It was weird to clean the bathrooms. Like, Paul, how do you miss the toilet when you're sitting down to pee? How do you do that, Paul?
This is gonna be good.
Buckle for this one, man.
I was gonna say, from the outside looking in, it's already feeling like a knife fight. Hope that's
Don't you
not
have a friend
stereotype.
in life that you just say horrible stuff to each other? You love them.
Derek.
I love you.
Yeah.
But I'll say
you.
the most horrible things possible.
Absolutely,
to you.
I gotta roast you. Yeah, no, I totally.
As
get
I
that.
tell George Kenner, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
That's fair. That's fair. But you can yell at George Kenner. He's too stupid to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, he
anyway,
doesn't even
so.
know what a Broncos are, what they are.
George, I don't know you, but you seem nice.
I bet you do know George
He's
Kenner.
an idiot.
You know that
George
face. I
Kenner,
probably know the
he
face.
worked with me at the Moose Lodge.
Oh,
He has same color hair as you do.
See, we don't just know all redheads. We don't all look alike.
Really,
Paul.
gingers don't know each other?
They do know each
I'm
other.
like,
Yeah.
we all go to a quinceanera on the evenings.
No,
Yeah.
you're all redheads. You're born without a soul. That's what the redhead's about.
You have no
That's
proof.
science. That's science.
Tell me where the soul's
Plus,
at.
you guys watch Spice Girls because you like ginger spice.
Actually, I can get down on Spice Girls.
You know what? Who doesn't like ginger spice?
Absolutely. Good
Spice
call.
up your life, every boy, every girl. Spice up. You guys remember? All right, that's all right.
You see, we actually have a reference. He knows, Paul.
I do know that one.
What year were you born?
He always does this because he's like, when I was a kid in 1940, I watched these movies called talkies. It's like, I was born in 90, I'm 32. And he's always like, I graduated high school like 20 years before you were born. This is crazy.
Well, he did stay in high school for 20 years, too, just so you know.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for
it's
that.
tougher than you look. Okay,
you.
it's tougher than it looks.
But he makes all these movie references and movies I've never seen in my life.
Dude, you got to know movies,
I'm
though.
not from the
I know,
60s.
but we could talk about Airplane, and he'll know exactly the
Yeah.
scenes that I'm talking about. So, and my kids grew up on that
I'll know
stuff. I
some of
raised
them.
them that way.
I'll know
Okay.
some of them.
Fair enough.
Airplane's a classic, though. That's a.
I've seen it once.
How long till we land? Sorry, it's a classic.
Yeah, I've seen it once.
I tell people of his age, the kids in life, when you
The
watch
youths.
Airplane or like the guy who worked and never saw Blazing Saddles, it's amazing that the first time you watch it, you realize how many movies past that are paying homage to that movie or referencing that movie.
Oh, God, yes.
Like Animal House.
Oh, yes.
How many times do you see a reference from Animal House that they miss because you know?
Yeah, but this is like, it's Turtles all the way down is what this sounds like. Is I need to go talk to somebody from the silent, film era, and they're like, well, this honky tonk Charlie Chaplin film actually influenced Animal House. You need to get those old folks. What?
You're good. Good.
He always messes with me, man. I'm so sick of
What's
it.
Turtles all the way down?
You never heard of this? Like that?
Is this a 1990s phrase?
No, it existed way before that.
I have
Turtles all the
no-
way
I have
down.
no
Are
idea
you
what you're
guys
talking
for
about.
real?
Turtles all the way
Turtles
down.
all
Okay,
the way
that weird theory that obviously is based in old mythology that the world existed on top of a turtle's back, and you go, "What's the origin of the universe?" It's a turtle, and you keep looking, and there's more turtles all the way down. You guys really never heard that? Finally, I have a reference nobody gets. This is great.
Paul and I don't smoke hash, so I mean, I think
Yeah, good call.
You're missing out. Missing out.
I'm gonna go look this up. It's Turtles all the way
It's turtles all the way down.
down. I thought it was like a Ninja Turtle reference. I
Yeah,
think
that's honestly what I was thinking you were going.
Yeah,
with.
freaking,
Like,
yeah.
Dorks, man.
like Leonardo.
It's cool but rude, dude. Yeah, great.
Leonardo's the horrible one.
I don't know any of them. I never really got into
You know
Ninja
the
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
I don't know the
Come on,
names. I straight up don't. I know they're named after painters, but I don't know the turtles off the top of my head.
Michelangelo. If you know painters, then you should know the.
Yeah, but I don't know which one is which. Like the purple one's,
Donatello.
Deontay or whatever.
You know who it is. You
I'm not.
know,
I swear, Scout's honor. I wasn't a Boy Scout, but truthfully,
I've seen a girl naked. I don't know the turtles. You get out of here. It's not that shit also. No, don't worry. It comes back to me.
Oh, I know.
It gets ugly. So, Paul, are you ready to tell some stories?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
I want to know what kind of stories you got about me.
He's got good stories.
We worked at Wendy's you were the manager for how long?
Oh, gosh, for maybe 5 years. I loved it. It was the funnest job I'd ever had.
We talk about it all the time.
Oh, my gosh. And the late nights we spent after we cleaned up at Wendy's, it was so wonderful. I mean, honestly, folks, we kept it a clean place. But what happens at Wendy's stays at Wendy's at night.
And Lynn Lee, the manager. What's up, Lynn? Was like a sleuth, man. You never got anything by Lynn. She knew everything.
No, she knew everything.
There was food fights out there all the time. Like
That's awesome.
Oh my God! And we clean it. But there'd be one spot of ketchup somewhere it should not belong. Up on the hood. Like, why would ketchup be up there? So she knew, man. So
she was that mom that knew when you came home from they were on vacation and they walked back in and they just knew something was out of place. She was that lady. I'd love her to death, Lynn Lee, for that.
Yep. Lynn Lee's awesome. Leonard Skinner, we call her Skinhead, which now was probably not a great thing to call her, but back then,
We are all fast food kindred spirits, by the way.
That's right.
With my 4 years at KFC, and so I know that hanging out and having fun with the boys and the gals late night.
Turtles all the way down?
Turtles all the way down. He actually had to deal with Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, God. I had to kick him out.
You did?
I worked at the Castle Rock KFC, and he was talking trash to employees and getting really irate. And I was 16 as a manager. I had to kick him out of the KFC.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a lot.
Yeah. I think I kicked you out. The night when you put the stickers on, I think I got so mad I told you to get out.
I think I do remember you getting pissed off about that.
It was. I wanted to burn my vehicle.
It was me and Anthony Cordova, actually.
You never told me it was Anthony.
Oh.
Anthony, if you're listening, I will never forgive you either. Isn't he a Raiders fan?
He was then.
Okay.
But now he's a Broncos fan.
Oh, okay,
had to jump off.
They don't win.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's hard to keep track of them, too, where the hell they moved to. Which is funny because the Cordova house is a massive Bronco house.
Yes.
Like every Sunday, if you drive by the Cordovas, they're all
and
over
they
there.
were all Raiders fans for the longest time.
I don't think they were. Like
I thought most of them
Big
were.
Tony wasn't. I don't think he's. Yeah.
Or was it Cowboys? Because Tommy was.
Tommy's a Cowboys fan.
Tommy's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, he gets pretty mouthy when they win a game, right? But
Yeah.
when they lose, Tommy Rodriguez, like, is he still around? Is he still on the planet?
Yeah.
No, we don't know.
He runs and hides like Pat Walter.
It's Pat Walter, Cowboys
he's
fan.
a Cowboys fan too. Yeah.
It's too bad. That's unfortunate. So.
It's like a disease.
All right. Well, we got 3 great stories, I'm thinking. We got 3 great titles for sure. Matt, you want to read them off?
I would love to read these stories. We have If Looks Could Kill, Haulin' Booty, and Fire Night, but with a K, like Knight.
Like Knight. Like Night of the Round Table.
That's right.
Matt, you're my boy, so why don't you pick a story?
I want to pick the one, because I know Larry loves hearing about booty a lot, is Haulin' Booty.
Haulin' Booty. Wow. Okay. So it was a nice evening here in wonderful Brush, Colorado. You couldn't hear anything. Yeah. The winds of change. We dropped a call late at night. We were told that there was a massive crash on the interstate I-76.
You're a firefighter, by the way. Let's. We didn't bring that up, so that's what you're talking about, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a firefighter. Yes. I will not give names, though, to protect those folks.
We'll make up names as we go. Go ahead.
Okay.
I like
Perfect. We roll. We get on scene. We see this semi in the middle of the median, totally trashed. On the road is a guy. He's DRT. That means dead right there.
I was trying to. I just did something, but dead right there. I was like DOA, but I was like,
I know. I didn't want to give that
I'm
one.
glad you said that, because I was going to make up a funny name, and I caught that before that went off the rails.
So here's the kicker, guys. We roll him over because he's got nothing on him. When we roll him over,
like he's naked. Okay.
As opposed to what else?
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean-
no identification.
Oh,
on him,
okay,
right?
okay. All right.
and it's still sticking up.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Rigor mortis sent in early.
He wasn't the driver.
Ha!
Eh.
That's a hell of a way to go.
Matter of fact, we couldn't find the driver.
What?
Yeah. All we see is a dead body on the road with bone out. Because I'm referring to wings, right? Can I say
Yeah.
it that way? Is that clean?
Yeah. No, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
I don't censor this at all, Paul.
He was standing at attention.
Full.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it was his full. To me, it was a full.
It looked full enough.
For him, it was way full, extremely full.
Feel bad for the
He didn't-
mortician that has
he
to try and
pointed at
close
you.
that. What's?
You didn't even see it?
He didn't see it at all, did he?
No. I was gonna say it must have been tough for the mortician to have to close that casket. That's awkward.
A special little topper.
So get this, guys. So we're working on this guy, trying to get him ready to go to his new location because he didn't. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. We know that. We hear this, and everybody kind of looks around, and we're like, "What's going on?" We go to the semi. There's someone in the back cab. No kidding. So we're thinking, okay, what's going on here? So we grab all the equipment we have because we're pros, okay? Well, I'm a pro. I'm sure everybody else is too.
Right.
We cut this back cab open. And when I open it, it's like opening. Have you ever seen that thing on TikTok right now with the sardine thing? Mm-mm. Where the people open that
Like an old school sardine with the key and stuff, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But the smell.
Okay. Oh, my God.
Oh my God, fellas. We open it and the smell hits. It's a lady. She's tied up in ropes.
Is she DRT also?
No.
No, she was knocking.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I'm glad you're paying attention.
I'm here to listen.
Yes. She is telling us get her out. She cannot move. She's butt
Naturally.
naked. Literally naked too. Tied up. We can put it together. But how was he driving when she was naked in the back?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
This is a tough case. So we extricate her out of this semi, load her in the ambulance. At this point, she decides to open up and say, not her mouth. And of course, yes, the sardine smell gets a little bit worse.
Wow.
Yeah. So as we're standing there, we go back to and we ship her off. And we're all standing around this dead guy, DRT. And there's a crowd of people. And someone's like, does anybody know where the driver is? Or was there a driver? Out of nowhere, a guy in the back row goes, I was driving in the crowd.
What?
Yes. And the officer looks at him and says, explain to me what's going on. All right, so I'm driving down the interstate. My boss is in the back with my wife in the cab. I'm getting interested in watching what's happening in the back of the cab
He's
as I'm
a
driving.
voyeur.
And he's doing this. He loses control, wrecks, rolls the semi, kills his boss. And he's fine. And he goes home. And his wife has, well, she doesn't have very bad injuries. She didn't have very bad injuries. I mean, well, just the cleanup,
Yeah.
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 the sardine smell. But otherwise, it was one of those calls.
What's it called? A cuckold or?
And so technically,
Yes. That's exactly what that is.
he was hauling booty.
A fishy situation with a semi who also had a semi. This is great.
Nice 90s reference, by the way. Very proud of you.
Okay. Wow.
What do you think about that?
Amazing.
Yeah. The things you could probably find out at truck stops about truckers and the things you've probably seen in dealing with accidents and stuff.
No, man. I think it's a firefighter police thing. I mean, if you deal with the public, you got stories like this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not maybe this like this, but I mean,
Well, we got plenty.
yeah, no, firefighters and cops, I'd love to have more on this podcast because the shit you guys see,
Just dark.
mind
It's
blowing.
amazing.
Yeah, I bet I don't doubt it one bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to hear a second one to see how I feel about that one. That's a great story.
And it could be, and that's where I was like, if he's trying to trick us, that is such an amalgamation of things that could have happened
Right.
at different points in time and just
Right.
sort of mash it all together.
Right.
Amalgamation? That's a big word.
I know a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah. Because he's too much of a man to say potpourri. That's
I hate you.
I hate you back.
But yeah, I like Holland Booty. That what's getting me is why the fish smell was that bad, even in the cab, that this dude is driving and totally fine with it, and his boss is totally fine with it through the whole thing. That's a lot.
I mean, she's humping some dude's bus in a semi match. She's probably not the.
No, that's a good point.
Well, that was her husband driving.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you know, it's.
That's a good relationship with your boss, though, if you think about it.
Well, and did he get a raise? That's what I'm.
Well, he did technically
Yeah.
on the road.
That's true. He did.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
So many questions here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I do.
Your students are going to see this, and I'm terrified.
Don't drive a truck, and if you do, don't bring your boss and your wife with you. There you go. Students.
Unless that's what you're into, in which
Unless
case,
that's what you're
do what
into,
you
man.
want.
Yes.
Larry's not a kink shamer over here.
I'm not a king shamer. I almost wonder if it was a lot lizard when you first started telling this story.
A what?
A lot lizard.
I don't know what that is.
A lot lizard, where are you from?
I want to know where you psychos are at, where you're hanging out with lot lizards.
Dude, we grew up with the truck stop all the time.
But what is a lot? Is that like a prostitute?
It's a
Yeah.
truck stop prostitute.
Yeah.
Is it a good thing that I don't know what that is?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, we had a good truck stop. Tomahawk.
Yeah.
The Tomahawk truck stop was here.
Sounds very good.
It's now where the subway is.
Yeah.
Start paying attention to trucks as they drive by. You'll see little stickers that said "No lot lizards" on them.
Really?
Like some truckers will. Yeah. It's crazy. It's actually
Lot lizards.
quite sad actually when you think about it.
Weren't you a lot lizard before?
I mean, you know, I didn't get paid, but so I don't know if I qualify. You know what I mean?
His name was Salamander.
Yeah, he just do it for free. So you know,
They came with benefits.
Yeah.
I mean,
Slither up in.
Have you ever like worked out and like priced protein whey? I mean, it's too expensive, and it's free protein, free.
You
protein.
haven't done that?
What's that?
You haven't worked out
It's
like
been,
that?
It's been a couple years ago.
Okay.
Were you just talking about eating protein?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
And he was away or something.
Yeah, protein whey.
Whey as in the
Wait,
whey protein,
are
or
you
whey as
calling
in
me a
fool?
name?
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah, stupid. I'm calling you stupid in Spanish. You caught me. Whey.
Hola, whey.
I got to tell you, this is the first podcast I've ever had where three of us aren't on the same page about any one subject.
It's going
at one
all over the
time.
place.
It's
Yeah.
all over.
Everywhere, every direction.
All right. Actually, lot lizard is kind of a scary thing. When I went and got my CDL back, now when you go to a little trucking school to get it back, you got to watch videos on sex trafficking.
Yeah.
and all that, and
It's
all
crazy.
that. It is crazy. Most of those women in those truck stops really are. They're abducted women. You know what I mean? So they're not. It's there's actually a number you can call now. They had a lady on there, a young girl who was just going to a Wendy's to get a Frosty with her friend. A van pulls up, grabs him, takes him. Long story short, it's a horrible deal. The way she got out was she came across a Christian trucker. She had knocked on the door, and he brought her in. He's like, "Are you safe? Do you have the option to leave if you want to?" And she's like, "No." So he called the number. They ended up busting her pimp or whatever. And they took her back to the house where there was like 4, 5, 6 girls there. So
Would it be a trimp?
a what?
A trimp?
A trim
Because a
pimp?
trucker.
Trucker pimp.
pimp.
Well, like
I
what's somebody
sorry.
who controls a lot of lizards is the word I'm trying to come up
I
with.
think instead of gold, they wear a lot of chrome too. I would think, you know. I'm just saying, man. You know.
Just like, sorry, all these women were kidnapped and forced into sex slavery, but the guy had chrome teeth while we were doing all that.
Big wheeling.
We're way off again.
My God.
Yeah, okay.
Like, we are gone.
We are way off.
Welcome to the ADD podcast.
That's right. Squirrel.
Squirrel. All right, that was Holland Booty. We have 2 more. Fire Night with a K, and If Looks Could Kill. I always the one I want to hear the most I save for the last. I know you hate that.
I do hate it.
anyway.
It's
So
the
instead,
worst.
let's hear If Looks Could Kill.
If looks could kill, yes. What a wonderful day that was for me. It was a daytime call, a daytime. And, you know, it was one of my first calls. I was really nervous. I mean, you know, my actual first fire call was going to Ebenezer. Do you remember Ebenezer, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's still there.
It is, but I didn't know if you knew the old one. So,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, there was the older buildings there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so, all right. So, Matt doesn't know what that is probably.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were making a joke that that's where he lives. And
Oh, I
so-
thought you were thinking the movie Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, I do know that.
Okay, I'm sure you do. He probably watches Polar Express.
ADD podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get called to this traffic accident in town with injuries. Don't know much more. So, of course, I'm a new guy. I'm enjoying my first few calls, and I get in my gear, and I'm happily riding over in the fire engine and in a rescue truck, and we're pretty stoked because, I mean, it's a taste of the real thing for me for the first time ever. So I'm excited, you know, I'm just really feeling good about myself. And we get on scene, and there's a lady in the car, and she doesn't look good, guys. She looks DRT.
She had clothes on.
Yes, she had clothes
I
on.
mean, you're already ahead now.
Oh, gosh. Okay. And I just kept looking at her like, I mean, are we going to do something, fellas? And everybody's kind of just taking their time, getting things and getting set up. And, you know, I'm a new guy, FNG.
So
Was that a TV channel or
it's
something like
the
that?
fucking new guy, man.
Yeah, FNG.
I've never heard any of these things.
That was in the movie
Something from
Full
the
Metal-
80s.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
Metal
something from the
Jacket.
80s
Yes.
before I was alive.
Watch Full Metal Jacket. It's fantastic. But go
Best
ahead.
movie ever. Okay, anyway. So we're getting all the equipment, and I'm still kind of new, so I don't know what equipment we fully need. So then here comes this big blanket, and I'm like, oh, God. It's my first death. Like, wow. I mean, how am I going to deal with this as a firefighter? I'm nervous, and I'm just like, ugh. So they put the blanket over her, and I'm just thinking, I mean, that's it? We're done? Do we pack it up and go and just leave her there?
Right.
And the guys are still working like crazy, and I'm just standing there going, what do? I look at the chief, and he's like, just hang tight. We'll get, you'll just help out in a minute. I know you don't know a lot. Just get your gloves on, be ready to go. So I'm thinking, oh, we're going to pull her out of we got to get her out. So I'm thinking, okay. So I'm kind of just waiting there, and we're just staring at her, and I'm just, curiosity catches the cat. You got to look, you're just like, what's going on?
I
want
think
to
it
see.
actually kills the cat, but go ahead.
Is it killed?
Yes, curiosity kills
I
the
mean,
cat.
I guess it catch the cat's attention until it's dead.
Catches its soul. But go ahead, Paul.
Yeah.
Don't they have 9 lives?
Well, maybe that's the last one. I don't know. Were we inventory an ass here? Go ahead.
So everybody's busting some chops to get this lady out, and we're cutting the top of it off. There's glass sprawling all over the place. And all of a sudden I hear, oh. Fellas, I'm like, what are we doing? Guys, we got to stop. We got to stop what we're doing because she's alive. And the chief goes, yeah, I know she's alive, dude. We just put a blanket over her to protect her so she won't get any glass over her face. I'm like, oh my God. I'm freaking out because she had her eyes open the whole time and she's just staring at me. Fellas, I mean, it was like a dumb stare. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm just like, she literally looked dead.
Right.
And I panicked. So it was like one of the strangest things ever. So we cut her out. We did everything right. And as the call was over, the chief comes up and of course, everybody's rolling and laughing because the FNG fell for it. Well, I don't know if I fell for it. I mean, but I look like an idiot in front of everybody, and they're just rolling and just having their little fun with it. And you know how the fire department guys can be. They can really not let you forget things.
Brutal. They're brutal.
It was brutal. So for years, I just kept catching the crap from these guys for the lady that looked at me and stared me in the eye. And I thought she was gone,
Just
fellas.
straight gone.
I swear to you, she did not move. I don't think she was even breathing. If she did, I just maybe didn't notice because it was my first call.
Yeah.
So, now that I'm older, I'm a frog, so it's a little bit different.
A frog.
And really old guy. Did I get that one?
You did get that
I
one.
did get that one.
I was doing the math in my head. And
I had to think about it for a second.
Rush high school education, so that math might have taken a while. Thank God you picked it up.
So to this day, I still catch crap for that one.
I'd wish the story left with him running away, screaming "zombie, zombie,
It's like,
zombie!"
she's alive. The
what?
apocalypse has
And
begun.
maybe it wasn't that big, zombies at that point. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if it would have happened today, I think I probably would have done that.
I'm like Walking Dead now.
The Walking Dead
Yes.
sound in the background. And, yeah.
I mean, what popped in my head was, did it smell like fish?
No, not
That's
at all.
good.
Not at
I'm
all.
glad that wasn't a consistent
all I
thing.
could smell was just the motor oil at that point.
Yeah.
So it's amazing the smells though that we
I
do
believe
remember.
that.
I could only imagine.
They're in my nose forever. I can
Right.
tell you what most smells are.
Do you have anything that like traumatizes you, smell wise?
Dead people.
Fair.
No, honestly, when
Yeah.
I've been in like 4 or 5 days later, and you walk in the house and that smell, you just know.
Right.
You can walk in, you can get to the door and go,
Ooh, yeah.
oh, you just know.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just like, okay, let's get the law enforcement here. Let's let them do all their job.
Right.
And then you go do your recovery because you just know.
That's tough.
I can
man.
smell fire pretty good too, though.
Yeah.
I really can. Yeah, I feel that's like one of my strengths. I can go to a call and they'll be like, we can't find it. It's one of the outlets. And for some reason, my nose is really good about doing that. I can find it usually.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Especially, I assume you're talking about when someone has passed and nobody has found them for a couple of
Correct.
days.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
yes.
tough.
Yeah.
That's a. That's tough, man.
If looks could kill.
Looks good kill.
How do you react? How would you react?
I would freak out, run away,
Especially when she started moaning.
punch her.
So I
Like, it's a zombie.
She has to be dead.
Yeah.
yeah, so it was zombie. Paul Acosta,
like-
what's he doing? Is he trying to assault this chick?
Baton and just start smacking it as hard as I can.
But you've heard stories about morticians that sometimes there's air still in the lungs, and when it comes out, they
They shake every once in a while.
You don't know what movie that is.
I don't,
What
but
does it
I
say
laugh
again?
out of courtesy.
Two Blade.
No, I don't know what that is.
Princess Bride.
Oh shit!
Remember
What part
when-
is that?
That was when he was almost dead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
And
remember
then
that.
he pushed the air in him with that little fire blower
Yes.
thingy
Yeah,
in
yeah,
his
yeah.
lips. And then he said, Two Blade. And he goes, he did not say true love. He said Two Blade. I heard it. That was Billy Crystal.
Yes, the Princess Bride. I just seen.
I love that shit.
It's a good movie.
I just see
I've
some
seen it
kids
forever.
online dressed like that. They dress like that. It's three brothers and their little sister. She's like kind of a decade younger than them. They had pictures online. Yeah, yeah. Pretty cool.
Don't you love that show, though? You didn't say whether you like it or not.
I love the Princess Bride.
Have you watched it lately?
It's been a while.
I can tell you honestly,
Inconspicuous. No, what's that word he uses?
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
And he felt like it's inconceivable. It's
Yes.
kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. You know,
Fluffer
Sylvester
and
Stallone.
Thuckatash.
Fluffer and Thuckatash. I can do Kermit the Frog. Hi, Kermit the Frog.
Pretty frog here.
I can do Scooby. Ralph Reggie.
You killed my father. My
Oh, I
name is.
love that scene. Man, we are way off again.
Apparently, you haven't watched too many of these podcasts because this is how it goes, Paul.
This is
This is
the rail does this.
don't worry, it'll get worse before it gets better. So, okay, you. What do you think about that one, bud?
It's a lie. That's the one. That's the Bullhucker. I sense it
you
in my
think so?
bones.
Okay, all
I
right,
sense it.
All right. I'm still deciding.
Of course you are.
So, all right, one last man, Fire Knight
Fire Knight makes me think
With,
it's Super Smash
with
Bros.
a K, as in the Knights. of
Just
the Round.
1K.
1K. Today we live in 4K.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
All right, so yet again, it's another fire call because I'm trying to keep it fire-based for you guys, right?
Right.
So it's about 2 a.m. at the old Acosta house when we used to live on Cameron Street. Call comes in. My pager. Well, that's when we had pagers. Now we have these gigantic radios. But we used to have little pagers, and it beeps off really late at night. And it says, brush unit at 222 South Clayton for a structure fire. Parties are out of the residence, or possibly out of the residence. Fire is in the basement. Well, where is that, Larry?
222 Clayton Street.
South Clayton.
Oh, okay.
Where is it?
Is that by your parents' house?
That is.
That is your parents' house.
That is my parents' house.
Okay.
2 a.m.
Oh,
okay.
snap.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, oh, God. I look at Teresa and I said, that's Mom and Dad's house. Okay,
Wow, that's gotta be crazy, man.
so I, being the professional firefighter as I am, haul booty out the door, get to my front door of my vehicle. At that time, it was a little Ford Taurus. I look down. I don't have any clothes on quite yet. All I have on are my underwear. That's it. That's it.
Fireproof underwear at that.
I became a knight at this point. No, I'm just kidding. So I panic and I run back in the house. I told Teresa, crap, I forgot to put on clothes, So I'm putting on some shorts and a shirt and I run. And I'm thinking at this point, I'm not going to make a truck. So I start hauling booty over. Okay, go through here, go right here, right on Clayton Street, drive straight to my mom and dad's house. Pull up on scene. I see the van outside. I don't know if you remember, my mom and dad always have vans, right?
Okay.
That's one of their vehicles they've always had. We call it the Nan van. So out there, I see the lights on the Nan van. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if everybody's out. So I pull up on scene. I see smoke coming out of the basement of the house. I'm panicking, going, oh, God. Then I start thinking, Felicia's kids are there. My sister's kids, Zach and Shy. They're little babies at this point.
Right,
They're
right.
old. They're in their 30s now. So.
Right.
So I'm panicking, going, oh, God, they're in there. I got to go get them. So my night kicked in on me because the queen knighted me, of course. No, I'm just kidding. I should have been queen. No, I should have been knighted.
No,
not
you
queen.
could have been the queen.
I could have been queen.
He means drag night.
Drag night queen.
Drag queen.
That's right.
Drag queen. Yeah, just get on your
Fire.
knees. He said, "You're gonna knight me." She's like, "Whatever you want to call it." Then.
So I pull over by the little house where we have two houses
Yeah.
there. So my brother lives in the back one. Well, this time it wasn't him, but so I pull in I run through the back gate, and I see the back door open, and I'm like, I got to go do this. And I hear the sirens. I know the trucks are coming, but, man, this is my house.
Yeah.
I mean, my bedroom's down there that I grew up in, and I'm just,
your childhood home,
there's whole memories are in there. And then I'm just like, God, I got to do something. So I grab the hose, water hose right there by the house. Okay. And here's where the night kicks in on me. I grab that sucker and I turn that thing on full blast. And I literally have no gear. All I have on is my shorts, my T-shirt. Thank God I put those on because I would have been almost commando going in.
Right.
I crawl through the front door or through the back door, go down the steps. I slither down like a snake, okay? I'm thinking, I'm putting this thing out. It's hotter than hell. The fire is in the basement. I can see the flames. I got the hose, and I'm tilting it as hard as I could, laying kind of on my belly. You know, it's that's the prone position, in case you don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And I'm on my belly, crawling down there, and I'm trying to squirt fire, and I'm just thinking, God, come on. And I've got no pressure. Well, the fire had burnt the water line.
Oh, shit.
In the basement. But I didn't know. I just, you assume you turn the water on and you're just pumping away, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, my adrenaline's going too, so I'm just like, yes, come on, fire, go out. I got this. I'm thinking in my head, I got this down. And I'm pumping lots of water thinking I got this. And all of a sudden I hear, get your ass out of the house. It's the chief.
Who was the chief at this time?
It was Dwight.
Okay.
I love Dwight. And I'm like, no, this is my house. You're not pulling me out of my house. So I'm still in there, still trying to fight, and I hear guys coming to the door, and he's telling them, get him out of there. So I kind of finally get tapped on the back of my feet. I'm like, screw this, I got to get out. Nothing's happening. I'm not doing anything. Rod Crawl and all his buddies go in, and they saved the house, and I didn't. So I was really bummed because the whole time I'm thinking, my adrenaline's pumping, guys. I mean, I'm just like, yeah, I'm slaying this dragon.
He's got smoke inhalation. He knows there's no water coming out of that hose, right, honey?
Just pointing at.
Honest to God,
nothing coming out.
the fire was literally 50 feet across, and my hose was shooting like 5 feet. But my tunnel vision made this thing look like I was.
Like, I'm fucking Aquaman.
Oh, dude, I was the best ever.
You're just fucking the carpet at this point.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yes. So, of course, I backed out. I got yelled at. I mean, rightfully so. I deserved to be yelled at. But I tried so hard, and I had come to find out the kids had been out of the house for like 10 minutes. If my mom and dad are like, what is he doing? Right. My parents in their van going, what is this guy doing? Why is he crawling in the house? Let it burn. And
Right.
So it was a tough night for me. I mean, to see the basement burn, and we lost everything in the basement. It was pretty sad, but so that was the memory, and I really, that night, I just really felt like that night feeling of riding the horse, like I was the man.
What year is this around?
This would have been probably around, I want to say 98, 99 time frame.
Okay, see, I didn't live
so
here.
Matt was 2.
Yeah, I didn't live here at
Maybe
that
one.
point in time.
Were you 1 or 2?
I was 9.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You were 40?
He was in his late 60s, just leaving Ebenezer.
Looking for my future home,
That's
my
right.
forever home. Thank you.
Forever.
Forever home. Someday I
And he
hope.
headed
I don't
over to
know.
the truck stop to go hang out with his boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if something happens to me, this is the last person I want coming to the house.
Right.
Positioning my body in some way. Like,
then he
what do you
tied himself
think
up.
he was doing? Yeah.
Into the semi. All right.
So there you go. That's story 3.
All right.
What is
Fire
the title again? Fire.
Fire
Night.
night.
I like that. I like the way Matt says it. It's like it's
You
a
like that?
movie. Tonight on NBC.
Welcome.
Fire Night.
In a world where Fire Night comes in to save the day.
Dude, he needs to be on radio and TV. That's way better than you do. You
He's
suck.
got a face for it, that's for sure. So.
All right. You don't got to lash out just because he's making you mad.
No,
Okay.
actually-
We learn how to process our feelings here, Larry. We're getting better about this.
He reminds me of Chris Collinsworth when I hear him talk.
You know what? I'll stab you in the heart. Yeah, okay. Listen to the joke. It's not, dude. It's
Now
funny.
there's a guy.
Yeah, I hate-
Welcome to the Bullhucker podcast
I
with
hate
Matt Gordon
Chris
and Chris Collinsworth.
You know, I know he watches this, so Chris Collinsworth right there. I can't stand you, just so you know. I know he watches. Well, here's a fat guy who doesn't like me. Yeah, you're right. Dude, every time the Broncos played, he's on. I get all disgusted. You know, back in the day in Pueblo, I could actually put on the radio and it matched up to the TV.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it was great.
I don't know why Dave Logan hasn't went further in life. I think he should be the one on TV, man. Dave Logan's fantastic.
Send an email.
Yeah, I don't think they want to get rid of him. He's that good. They love him.
Yeah,
They
no,
do.
I know, but he could be. I don't know. I like David Logan. But now there's that break, so
Right.
it's like watching the old Kung Fu movies, you know.
Yes,
Damn you.
Just like that.
Fight me.
That's right.
I'll fight you.
We got 3 stories, but there's one thing I want to bring up, Paul, before the stories. You have a kind of a, I don't know, you call it a business on the side, the Big Dog Weather Spotting.
BigDogWX.com. You can go to our website, and my sons and I, I'm Big Dog, son, Austin's Little Dog 1, Corey's Little Dog 2, and Andrew's Little Dog 3. We don't have a name for Teresa yet. We were thinking like
Top Dog.
Alpha Dog? Yeah, I was going to
no,
say.
we tried Alpha, and
Okay.
that doesn't fit. I'm the guy.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Top Dog is good.
But
though.
I do like Top Dog. I
Yeah.
haven't thought of that one, so I'm going to have to tell Teresa that.
Right.
But we have expanded. We started this business 3 years ago just as a fun thing to go storm spotting, and we realized it was costing us a lot of money. So we created a website, and now we're getting tons of websites, but now we also have apparel now, and I have shirts and hats and
Nice.
things that people, matter of fact, even look, can I show this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, there's my phone cover.
Oh, look at that.
So Austin created the Big Dog
Big
and Son
Dog.
logo. So let me just zoom in.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
I love how you put your finger up like you were going to help, and you just point at the
I'll
camera.
do when I edit, you dick.
I really felt like he was
I
blocking.
thought he was
I think
going
it
to
was
zoom
like
in
a
for you.
copyright block, like he put his
Oh,
finger.
that's what it was.
So
Yeah.
rubbing your nipple a little bit right there. But yeah, so if you want to check out the Big Dog, I thought it was Big Dog Weather Spotting at first. Was that what it was?
Well, it is still Big Dog Weather Spotting, but we still call it. We had to come up with like some short names, so it's BigDogWX.com, and you can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. We're trying to go with. We do have a Twitch account, but it's still kind of hard to link it. So we're not the best at it.
Cool.
We're working on those sites though, and we're going to be uploading things to our YouTube channel. And we have apparel, we have photos. You can see it all. And Austin, I have to give him credit. My son has been wonderful at creating this and helping me get this business launched. So we don't make a lot of money, but
Do you love to do it?
Oh God, I love it.
Yeah.
And then
We've chased
you know,
tornadoes after tornadoes, and we love doing this. So,
That's awesome.
yeah,
I mean, talk about expensive habits you don't make any money at that you love to do.
absolutely.
You're sitting at a table with it.
Well, and you know what I find funny too is we can go places. I've been as far as Nebraska, and someone goes, "Hey, you're Big Dog." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch you all the time. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What?" I've actually had one kid from high school tell me that during the weather season, his mom would yell at him and say, "Shut up! I'm watching him live.
Yeah.
You need to be quiet so I can watch the storms." And it's
I'll be honest with you. Mary Lundstrom doesn't listen to anybody else, but yeah, I'm serious. Whenever there's a tornado or any kind of weather, she goes to your Facebook page.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah, she does too. And I'm like, hey, Mom, what's the asshole saying? Yeah, Paul says there's a tornado. It's a tornado. Maybe they'll suck all that Bill stuff up, take it off to somewhere else, Mom. Kansas, wherever the hell. So, but yeah, no, you guys do an awesome job. And if you check out the description below, we'll have all the links to your stuff down there.
Thanks, man.
As well on the bullhucker.com website, go to the tab that says As Seen on the Bullhucker, and we'll have all the stuff there too, links to Facebook and your website. So
Thanks, man.
you can actually check it out. So you do a good job.
I love it.
I would assume being a firefighter those years, you guys are always up on the hill looking, right?
Yeah, we acquired the skills, and I've actually taken it further and taken actual online classes for storm spotting itself.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I've taken Storm Ready. I've taken Storm. There's other ones they have out there, but I'm actually on the Weather Service actual sites, so
Right.
it's pretty cool to be a part of it.
Because last time you were in Hill Rose checking it out, and I thought, oh, that was smart. Because it starts raining here, you can't see the sky.
Right.
Right.
So what do you do? Yeah. So yeah.
Do you have any stories of like the one of the worst tornadoes or worst storms you've ever been in?
I would say it was Jeff Marcus and I. We were out on 71 one time, and we were on the fire department at that point, but I wasn't with the company at the point. But we were literally sitting there, and we looked above us. You can just see the tail coming down, and we literally hit the ditch, and you could see some dirt spin up near us, and we're like, I'm thinking, this is it.
This is it.
Okay, well, I'm done now. I'm going to retire now.
Yeah.
But it was pretty scary. That was
Damn.
probably one of the scariest moments I've had, I think. But then the 3 tornadoes we had a few years ago, people
Right.
don't believe that it can happen here, and it does.
Recently, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah.
That was a crazy night. Loranda Packard, the city clerk, is big into tornadoes. Like she just one of those people that you hate because she's out there just gawking at the damn thing. And I was at Mom's house doing something, and it got real quiet, real still. And so I called Loranda. I go, "What do you see?" She's like, "I'm in the basement, Larry. Where are you?" I'm like, outside. She's like, "Find cover, Larry." So I grabbed Mom and throw her in the bathroom. And I said, if Loranda's freaked out, we should be freaked out because she actually likes this shit. But yeah, it was crazy,
It's
man.
incredible stuff, and I love it. And next year, I know I'm going to be at a conference in Oklahoma during the June season, so I'm actually planning on going to Norman, Oklahoma during that time to go chase, and hopefully there's something during that time.
Awesome.
Is it for the firefighter thing?
Yeah, it
Because
is.
you actually hold a pretty good title, pretty high title. There.
Yeah, I'm actually running for third in command of the National Volunteer Fire Council. First time ever that anybody from Colorado would do this, but I'm on the executive committee now and the top 10, but it would be the third in charge of the NVFC if I get it. So it'd be a big honor. So
Good luck,
yeah,
my friend.
That's in spring. I'm going to find out in the election on that. one.
Paul, that's awesome, man.
I love doing this.
Yeah,
so.
no, well, you're good at it. And that's the last compliment I'm going to pay you. All
Well,
right?
I got to be honest. I still need you guys to help me, though, for announcing for sports. You guys have great voices. Why aren't you helping me when I need someone to call the
Tell me
games?
when I'm in.
Because I need someone to be able to say, number 24, and bring him in.
That's like a dream. I would love to do that.
Yeah, I mean, perfect. You and Chris Collinsworth next to you here to
Man,
call
I'll
the game.
Stab you in the heart through the. So
We get our mustaches, our CBS jackets on.
yeah.
I can't wait.
Do you know who Frank Mercer is? You probably know. He's probably gone
don't.
before your turn. He was the announcer when I was in high school. And old Frank, I mean, he was probably
62 years.
yeah.
Dang, man, that's awesome.
But Frank was not exactly an eagle eye anymore. So it went like this. That tackle was made by the brush beat diggers.
And did you know that his program, you know how we get the programs at the games?
Yeah.
His program was honestly 4 foot by 4 foot.
Really?
That's how big they had to print it for
Oh,
him.
my God.
He couldn't see.
He couldn't
God
read it.
bless him,
Bless
though,
his
man.
heart for being out there. So, hey, I'm at 22 years now. So
That's
I'm
cool.
40 years away from breaking his record. I'm going to try to go for it.
That's good for you, man. That's good.
Yeah.
He was a very interesting man.
That's
He was,
cool.
he was a very interesting man. And when they did Digger Dan, is Digger Dan still a thing? When they were naming him, I always thought they should name him Merce.
God,
Oh,
I
like-
never thought of that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Good way to
Mercer.
remember.
Yeah.
You know, we call him Merce. I mean that, but
Okay, truth right now. I'm putting you on the spot. Did you get him to play music when he was substituted?
of course, man. I got hit by the paddle. Me and Tony Cordova once again. So, did you get hit by the paddle?
No.
He came from a time when they could hit you with a paddle.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And all the kids would sign it. And so I was like, well, I'm going to help my name on it. You know what I mean? So I let Merce give me a whack.
So, yeah, when he would come sub, we would actually talk him into playing his music. He'd pull out his keyboard, and
Yeah.
the whole
Just
lesson
jam.
was gone, and it was playing his music. And we were all,
Yeah.
polka, polka.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were singing, but yeah.
He'd bring his airplanes in. He had radio airplanes, and he had all
Coolest
the,
cars he drove.
the Model A's. He had all the Model A's in town, and he was an interesting cat, man. He was an interesting cat.
Dang.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, I got to remember that guy.
The boys from Joe's story. Remember that? About a basketball team from Joe's. I've heard the story 4 million times because just to get out of work, we'll be like, tell us about the boys from Joe's, Merce. And he's like, well, they built it. So, yeah. But, yeah, no, that's awesome. You do that, man. So you got your guy right here.
I'm in.
You too.
Yeah,
You're
I'll come-
also.
I'll come down,
Yeah, I'll call you first, then Chris Collins. Perfect.
Perfect.
Chris Collins.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Here's the
blast.
guy.
I hope when the Bills lose this year or something, I'm just going to
Roast.
Tracy be like, who's tents in the front yard? We got to leave out the back door. All right, Paul. We have 3 stories. It looks.
Can you not read that?
I can't. It's
I'll
all
give
right.
it to me here.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
you.
old,
Did
I'm
you bring
old.
your spectacles?
Look how thick they are, bro.
If looks could kill, Hull and Booty and Fire Night.
All right, Paul. So this is where Matt and I have to try and guess. But here's how we pick who goes first. We rock paper scissors.
Okay.
So how do you rock paper scissors?
Can I show you after? Because I don't want to make it so anybody can cheat.
I'd say that's the sexiest response I think we've gotten to. Can I show you after how to rock paper scissors?
No, I hate that. How do you rock paper scissors?
I can't.
He wants to know.
I want.
No, I mean,
Are you 3 rock paper scissors or do you rock paper scissors shoot?
I just do rock paper scissors.
Ridiculous. Erroneous on all accounts.
It doesn't say in the title shoot. It says rock paper scissors.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
just like 1, 2, go
Thank
for
you.
every race.
There's this cult.
Makes no sense.
Did you know there's a cult? The
It's
four
not a
pumpers.
cult. It's the correct
The
way.
4 pumpers. They go rock paper scissors.
Ready.
shoot. I don't know. It blows my mind too. It
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because why would you
kinda
launch on a rock or
Ready.
scissors?
We've said this. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, ready, set, go.
Down.
All right, then do ready, set, go, not rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Ready,
rock, paper, scissors. That makes
Down,
no sense.
set, hut.
Oh my God, they don't even say that anymore. They say like turbo set and all this other psycho crap.
But the basic is down,
Basic
set,
is-
hut.
yeah, I have to agree with him on that.
All right. Well, you know it's wrong when both of you agree
But I'm
on
going to
something.
show you how to win after this, so go ahead.
You mean like watch the elbow or something like that?
Yeah, there's a technique.
You're not going to do the Sheldon thing, are you?
Rock, paper,
No.
scissors, lizard,
Okay,
Spock.
all right.
God, I love that
It
scene.
is good though.
That was a funny
See?
scene.
Adam Vokey actually can recite the whole thing. It's
Oh,
nuts. Yeah, man. I have to remember what episode it's on, but he goes through it.
God, I
I'm
love
actually.
that show so much.
Yeah.
Cool. So 4 pump.
We're going 3 pump.
Yeah, that's right.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, eat that. That's what you
Okay,
get.
if you want to win next time, you go like this. Rock, paper, scissors, God. God beats everything.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. I like that. I'm going to use that
What if
next
someone's
time.
an atheist, Paul?
Rock,
Doesn't matter. God still trumps.
just pick one.
Yeah.
I think how he says he loves God, but then he wears a Bills jersey.
That's true. That's a good point.
You know, if you go to like the pearly gates, you're wearing that shit.
I'm getting in first try. It's like
Yeah,
a one
yeah,
ballot
you
Hall of
are.
Famer. First ballot.
He's going to get in. You know why? Because St. Peter's going to be like, one of them's going to win eventually. Come on in. You're it. So
I just
And,
want to
and
know.
you know what? St. Peter's going to let him in, and he goes, he does look like Chris Collinsworth.
you know what? That's when I take a swing at old Peter. I mean, I have to go downstairs, but I like take so much shit off anybody.
All right, listen here, Sandals. All right.
Yeah, picky bastard. All right.
Wait, who
let's
won?
get-
Who won what?
Rock, paper, scissors.
I won.
Oh, okay.
And I make him go first.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Deferred.
Well, in this case, I'm going to call it a victory, and I don't want to take away from it.
Okay.
And then I need to
Fair
beat him,
enough.
beat him in this real quick, and I'll feel even better.
Okay.
So I'm between two of them, Paul.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I think the Holland booty is actually true.
Okay, I agree
think
with
that's
that.
a true story. You get your chance, all right?
Well, okay, I won't confirm with you.
Let's pump the brakes, champ.
All right, easy, Chris.
Son of a bitch. All right. Holland booty's true. I'm between if looks could kill and Fire Night. I don't remember your parents ever having a fire there, but I think that might be true. So I'm going to go with if looks could kill. I don't know. I just don't something about that one.
It's good
I don't have a
misdirect.
specific reason. I just think it's the most likely out of the three to be. You did a good job telling stories. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
that.
oh, definitely. Thank you for that,
So,
by the way.
so I am a little lost, but I'm going to just take a.
Wait, so am I supposed to show you the correct story? The
Not
true
yet.
story?
Not yet.
Not till I guess.
Oh, after you guess.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, we'll talk about a great misdirect is to say your family's original home almost burned down to the ground, and I mean I couldn't verify if that was true. I'm going to call his parents and double check. But
Did you text them? They don't answer.
Felix, if he's lying.
It's like how peculiar would it be if I actually had your parents' phone number and shot him a text real quick?
Oh my God! throws you a beating.
You know, it's one of those rare times where we agree.
What?
Yeah, I know. Where if looks could kill felt like the Bullhucker to me, but in the same boat as you, the idea of Fire Night being a lie, sure, maybe, but yeah, I think it was one of those misdirect ones. And you know, and hearing Holland Booty again, that was another. I won't throw the fancy word out. A combination of different stories potentially that it's hard to tell. It's just in the nicest possible terms, you seem to be a good liar so far.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's because he's brown.
I didn't say that. He said that.
I did say it.
He did.
I'm just making sure the listeners know that, just in case. And I pointed at the camera like that was relevant.
They they can see he's brown.
Yeah.
They all hate him for it.
Patrick can't. He's colorblind.
Plus, I'm a Mafias fan.
I hate you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, I don't want to do this because I hate agreeing with you about things. But if looks could kill, I know it's not supposed to happen with the host doing this either. But it just feels like the one.
Flip that bad boy over, Paul, and see what.
So you're both saying if looks could kill
Yes.
was the true story.
No, it's the
Is-
no,
is-
it's the
is
lie.
lie.
That's the lie.
Is the lie.
That's the lie.
Did you write the lie down?
No, I wrote the true story down. I thought you said.
That's confusing.
Okay.
Now I'm even more confused.
All right. What's the true story?
Wait, so
Shouldn't there be two true stories?
I don't know. There's. What if I told you there's two lies?
Oh my God. Okay, well then yes.
To
If
this
looks could
mystery.
kill and Fire Night were the lies.
I mean, go ahead. You just made your odds worse of winning.
Yeah.
So
Can I show the camera first?
yeah,
sure. I mean, well, I can't read it.
Bills Mafia Broncos.
The lie was. Is that the true story?
No, that's the lie.
Oh, okay.
That one's the lie.
That's the lie.
That's
What's
the lie.
not true about that one?
What's not true about that one was the smell. I really just wanted to kind of. That's why I emphasized the smell to sniff you
I
off.
just thought you really liked fish, and so I was like, "Well, you paid attention to that the
I've been
whole
thinking
time."
about this because all week I've been watching about those sardine can challenges that people open up,
And that's
they,
what you think about.
You know, when you watch YouTube all night long, that's I love that stuff. I'm into that
Like,
stuff.
how can I connect this to the
Right.
time I saw a woman tied up in the back of a truck?
Yeah.
Jesus. That's what we get for
What's
agreeing.
this?
I'm never doing that
Yeah,
again.
we should never agree.
Never,
You know,
ever,
it's
ever,
weird because I
ever
thought
again.
that was the true one for sure. But the other ones are
Actually,
true. So
there was one more lie. Remember, I told you there was two lies.
okay.
The other one that was the lie that was kind of a lie was the one with if looks could kill, because that was actually Greg Mares who went through that.
So we were half right?
Yeah, we were half right.
3/4.
Why does it feel like we just tied in the NFL? Like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
But the true story was my mom and dad's.
okay. I didn't know there was a fire over there.
Yeah.
That's well, I'm glad.
What started that?
I think it might have been my kids. Now, I have to be honest, because they were visiting with Zach and Shai.
Damn degenerates.
They were playing downstairs, and they knocked a mop over, and it sat for 3 days and smoldered down by the water heater. Oh. Hence the water line blew.
Yeah.
And it worked its way up after 3 days and caught the house on fire.
Damn it.
Oh, did you just smell like
Yeah, he did.
like
That's
you
fine.
sniffed into it like sardines?
Yeah, actually, I like the way the mic covers smell.
I don't know why I just did that.
It reminds me of being in a studio back in the day. It's nostalgic, kind of like fish for you.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yummy.
Pablo. So real quick before you go, you're doing a podcast class for kids.
I do. I teach third grade. Sorry, I teach middle school and high school kiddos how to make podcasts. So we make podcasts every 2 weeks in my class.
Rock on.
So we're just doing one this week. Actually, one of our stories is involving snacks around the world. So they're going to be eating snacks from all over the United States, or not United States, the world. And then the other one is the Bean Boozled challenge.
The game.
They're going to play the game and
that's
eat them
awesome.
live
I love it.
on the podcast.
I love
That's
it.
8th grade.
Is it a video podcast or is it
Yeah,
audio?
it's a video audio. Yeah. So and then the high school group, they just finished doing one on, they just kind of do some fun topics like they did last year. They did soda flavors. So they ate unicorn yak,
Oh God,
ranch dressing soda, dill pickle soda, cat piss.
disgusting.
These were flavors in a soda company that makes it. And they got to do that, and they loved it, and they did it live on the air. And
Nice.
that's what we do.
That's
so
awesome.
the kids get a taste of it, but we've got a lot of great equipment. I can't thank the school district and the community because, we raise our monies when we do the concession stands and things like that. So we get quite a bit of things that help us out. So thanks to them, that's what makes it successful for us.
So how do you get that? How can people find this podcast?
So you can see some of our older podcasts if you go to the school district's website and in on the high school or the middle school section page, you go to KBSC podcast because we kind of stole that name, KBSC, our secondary campus. We're actually working to get the FM radio license for it.
Okay.
Awesome.
And our goal is to open up a radio station too within it's a low frequency FM station, but we do want something that's within 2-3 miles here so we can play music. And so it's called KBSC broadcast or podcast, and you'll see it.
Is it on YouTube?
They are YouTubed. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll talk about this. Maybe this won't happen, but I'm going to make the offer. I'll put them on the Bullhucker if you'd like. A link to all the stuff.
Anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So people, because this is pretty much a local podcast. A lot of people here. So
No, there's a lot more people that watch you.
Yeah, I'm sure, but a lot of them are here in this corner of the state. So, we'll put them. I'll put a link there so that you can check out the kids' stuff. I'd like to check it out. So
It's fun.
Yeah.
We have a great time.
I'm excited too.
Yeah,
Man.
kids do a great job.
You could learn from him.
I could learn from
You
him.
could. We've never had snacks.
Really, you guys don't
This
do
is
like
wha- this is whack.
challenges?
But here's the deal: we don't have snacks when he's here.
You should
okay, I
do
see
the
how it
one chip
is.
challenge.
You can kiss my ass.
Yeah,
I ain't
no,
putting
I'm
that in my
good.
mouth.
What?
I'm good.
Have
My health.
you done it?
No, I'm never going to do it.
No, I watched. Did you see Mikhail Modis, my board secretary, owns Boss Marketing? We did a wing spot challenge. But the first wing was 1 million Scoville. The second wing was 2 million Scoville, and the third one was 2.5 million. He got through 2 of them. I watched him inhale 8 bomb pops in 2 seconds, just all the way down.
No.
It was just no. I there's not. My health insurance deductibles are way too high to do that.
Maybe I should have my kids bring you guys some sodas for your podcast.
I'm down.
and
I
have
want to
you
watch
try
him
it.
drink cat piss.
Maybe we should have the kids on the podcast.
That would be great.
Challenge you guys to drink their sodas.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I would
Ranch
love
dressing soda wasn't the best.
that. I believe that.
That was gross.
When I turned 21, I was still living in Brush at the time. We used to drive up to old Chicago for the Wall of Foam challenge. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar?
I know what old Chicago is.
So the Wall of Foam is if you try all 110 types of beer or whatever, you get your name on the Wall of Foam,
cool.
right? As a 21-year-old, that's well worth the thousands you'll pay in the damn
That's
beer.
a badge.
But I decided to try all the nasty chocolate beers and stuff, and I made it to about 12 beers, and I'm like, you know what? Give me a Coors Light. I don't need to be on the demo that bad. So, and one last story, Paul, before you go.
Yes, sir.
When his son Austin was born, we bought him a Bronco outfit. Remember that?
I do.
And he had to wear that damn outfit. I know it probably killed you to put him in it.
Teresa wanted it. She's a Broncos fan.
That's because Teresa's a top dog and my favorite. What's up, T?
I see what he did there.
Yeah.
I see what he did there.
Actually, she wears a shirt now that says, "Oh my Josh."
Really?
All right.
because she supports me now.
He's a tough guy, but he's gonna get hurt, man. He runs
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much. He scrambles too
MVP.
much.
I think he'll get MVP this year. Yeah.
Easy.
He might. All right.
Watch him play. Cam 2.0 is what it reminds me
Yeah.
of. Better arm.
Easy, Chris Collinsworth. You don't know anything about
I'm
football.
gonna stab you
right.
so hard.
Paul,
Paul, man, it was awesome to finally get you on here, man.
I had a blast. You guys are amazing.
Thanks,
I
man.
would, anytime you call me, I would be here for this. I think this. I tried to do it last year, and I got really sick. I'm not kidding you. When I called, was it you I called?
Yes.
I sounded like you, like a girl, when I was calling and letting you know that I couldn't talk. So I just want to show that one more time.
Bills Mafia Broncos suck. I hope we turn it around just to kick your ass in the playoffs. That's what I hope. Because you'll never hear the end of it, man.
I know. That's why I dish it out.
Well, don't get too cocky because we're horrible. We're garbage. This year.
was gonna
So
say,
bad.
Hey, good trade today, though.
Chubb to the Dolphins, huh? What
Oh,
did we get?
interesting.
What did we get? I didn't see.
You got like a 14th round pick in 2027 or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'll borrow
Hey,
a
the
bottle
Bills?
of peanut butter.
The Bills
Yep.
got a running back.
Who's that?
That kid, Naya something from Indianapolis.
Oh, the
Yep.
speedster.
Yes, 4.3.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's quick.
Dude, he's going to be helping us out of town.
Nah,
so.
you guys suck. Seriously, man, it's good to see you too.
No, it's great to be here. And I'm not going to kid you. I'm going to hold you guys to announcing for me.
All right.
I need announcers.
I'm
and
in.
There
All
are
right.
times that I'm out, so I need you guys to help
I'm
me
down.
All right.
I'm down.
Okay. No cussing.
Well, I'm out.
That's going to be hard, but I'll work on it.
He was out right away.
Do you know what I'd like to see in the NFL? Is just like on Major League, they should have biased announcers. You know, just Bills fans that are announcers
Yeah.
and Bronco now, just like Bob Uecker does.
Just a bit outside.
Just outside, he just beats his children on the side. Yeah, he's doing a ball at his son's head. I hear. You know, that's what they need in the NFL. But anyway, Paul, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Matt Gordon.
Next time, peace.